Guys, today we are going to start with our new practical, that is software engineering practical. This is all about entity relationship diagram, that is also called as ER diagram. So let's start with our explanation. So guys, entity relationship diagram, which is also called as entity relationship model, is basically used to describe the structure of the database with the help of the diagram. You all know that the database is the one that is it is basically the collection of data. We can say that in the database the data is stored in the form of the entities are also called as relations. It is also called as tables. One table is there in which the table, that table, or you can call it entity, we can give the name to the table. We can put the records in the table. What we can say is one row is for one record, one row is entirely for one person. I can say for students, I want to store the data of the students into the database. Okay, so for example, there are 5 students: student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4. That table name I can keep as students, and the first row will be entirely for the student 1, second row is student 2, third row student 3, and so on. And it contains rows and columns. Columns will specify the values for the particular attribute. Okay, for example, the student ID, so that particular column will contain the student IDs of multiple students, and the entire row will be one record, which will specify for the information for the one student. So this ER diagram is basically specifying the structure of the database with the help of a diagram, which is also known as entity relationship diagram. And ER model is a design or the blueprint. It is completely the blueprint of the database that can later be implemented as a database. Now, the main components that we have of the ER model are entity set or relationship set. Let us get to know what is this entity set or relationship set. So, what is the entity relationship diagram? Again, it shows, we can say in other words, it is the diagram that shows a relationship among the entity set, and entity set is a group of similar entities, and these entities can have attributes. Attributes are same as columns, guys, and what to say, these entities are the table, and the set of table means multiple tables that are related to each other are known as entity set. Okay, so we have the main components for the ER diagram to be built. These are the geometric shapes, guys. So let's start with it. First, rectangle. Rectangle is basically used to represent the entity set, that is table. Okay, eclipse, these are attributes. Diamonds, relationship set, of course. Lines, they link attributes to entity set, and entity set to relationship set. Okay, and double ellipse, multi-valued attributes. You will come to know these all things later on. Let's first read these all things. Dashed eclipse, these are derived attributes. Now we can say we have parent and child table. So parent table attribute is derived to the child, so we can say that is derived attribute, and it is specified by using dashed eclipse. Okay, so then comes the double rectangle, which specifies the weak entity. Means you will also get to know this later. I'll explain you in detail this also, and then it will be clear to you. Then comes double lines, total participation of the entity in the relationship set. Okay, so let's go further. Now the further it comes is ER model. It contains entity, which is a strong entity, weak entity. Attribute, it contains key. Keys we have of different type: primary, foreign key, unique key, etc. And then it comes to the composite keys, multi-valued, derived, these can be attributes. Okay, relationship, uh, then relationship are one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. I'll explain you guys each and everything. Till now I am giving you the basic information. Okay, so now components of ER diagram as shown in the above diagram, as ER diagram has three main attributes. We have seen it here, guys. See, just a second. Yeah, the main, there are three things, three components: entity, attribute. Attribute are the columns, guys. These can be the column can be key, can be composite key, can be multi-valued, can be derived column. Okay, and the relationships, these three are the main components. Okay, so basically entity, I have already told you, it is the object or the component of the data. It is represented as a rectangle ER diagram. For example, in the following we have two entities. Now see, we have student and college as an entity. Okay, these two entities have one relationship, as have many to one relationship as many students studies. See, guys, now what happens, now as you as a student, you study in one college only, right? But in your college there are multiple students, so the student can study in one college, but the college will have, of course, multiple students, so it has many to one relation, many to one relation. Got it? Yeah. So, and weak entity, now let's see what is weak entity. Now, entity that cannot be uniquely identified by its own attribute and relies on the relationship with the other entity. Now for its identification, it relies on the other entity. That entity is called as weak entity. Now see, if you have an account in any of the bank, like see, I am still saying in any of the bank. See, if you have account, that account will not have its identification till you will say that I have a bank account, I have the current account, saving account, any account into this particular bank. For example, HDFC, Dena, any bank. So the bank account will be uniquely identified when only when we have when we are known about in which bank your bank account is. Okay, a bank account cannot be uniquely identified without knowing the bank to which the account belongs. So, bank account is weak entity. Got it? So, it is represented in double rectangle. So, let's come to know now. Let's see now what are attributes. See, just a second. See, guys. Now, an attribute describes the property of an entity. An attribute is represented as an oval in an ER diagram. There are four types of attributes. That is key attribute. Key attribute, we can we can say it as a primary key also, guys. Now see, a key attribute can be uniquely identified an entity from an entity set. For example, now see, roll number. Now for example, see, guys, now there are five students. I have already told you in the above example we have five students: student 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the student 1 name is Nia, student 5 name is also Nia, student 1 age is also 15, student 5 age is also 15. Both address is also it is also in the Mumbai and Mumbai. For example, there are minor changes, then how this record will be uniquely identified. So for that we need some identification. So roll number, of course roll number will be unique for them, for everyone. As I told you, student 1 will have roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, right? So this will become as a primary key which will be used to uniquely identify the entire row, entire record for a particular student. Getting me? So this will be the key attribute. This can be primary key or unique key. Usually it is kept as a primary key. We have the differences in the primary, unique and foreign key. Primary key is the one which is unique. It cannot be null, it cannot be empty, and it is basically used to identify the entire record. Okay, foreign key, it is used to refer the primary key. You will get to know these all things into your further studies, or might be in this sem only. So if not, if you explain you these these all things also in the later videos. If you will say these all things into the comment section that explain me about the keys, then I'll let you know. Okay, so let's start with the composite attribute. So composite attribute is something that is a combination of the attributes. It is known as composite attribute. Even we have the composite keys also, guys. So now here it is shown as composite attribute. So it is a combination of multiple attributes in a student entity. The student address is a composite attribute, as an address is composed of other attributes such as pin code, state. See, ठीक है, composed of other attributes as well. It contains state, country, pin, etc. So now multi-valued attributes. Now for example, guys, see, I have one attribute, one column as to specify the what to say, phone number, right? So a person can have multiple phone numbers, so it is a multi-valued attribute. So for that, what we use is we use double oval to specify that particular. Sorry, I took it to up. So for that, double oval in the EAR diagram is used. For example, a person can have more than 4 numbers. See, now derived attribute. A derived attribute is one, I have already informed you this, that a person, see, with the example you will come to know. Person age is derived attribute as it changes over the time and can be derived with another attribute, for example date of birth. Okay, so person's age is getting changed, but it is derived from the date of birth. From the date of birth we'll be able to know about the age. You can also say from the parent, from the parent attribute value, the derived attribute value is getting derived. We are getting it from the date of birth. We'll be able to get the age of the person, so it is like that. Okay, relationship.